Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rasheen, and this is the Becoming Better YouTube channel. So, what I wanted to talk about today is what people don't know about buying a home. I purchased my first home back in 2005, 2006. And that's a whole nother story. I no longer own that home, but when I moved to where I am now, out here in South Carolina, I purchased my home back in 2016. And since then, my wife and we are living in our third property. And with that home purchase, I went through a home ownership assistance program to purchase that home. And now it's a rental property. We rent out separate sides, the main house part and the in-law suite part is, so we rent them separate with all utilities included, furnished home. So, that's, like I said, that's first property, and now we're in our third property. Uh, so we're small time real estate investors. But back to the subject at hand, what people don't know about buying a home. So let's say you're looking into purchasing your first home and you just want to know, I'm gonna do a different video on what you should have when purchasing your first home, documentation, everything, so that you can be ready when you start shopping lenders. But what people don't know about buying a home is when it comes to purchasing a home, you will have what's called home inspections. So with home inspections, you could either find your own home inspector, or most real estates provide a home inspector. They'll help provide a home inspector that'll come and look at the home for you. So there's a general home inspection. And with the general home inspection, they check the electrical lines, the electrical outlets, water lines, and water faucets. How everything is, just making sure everything is running properly. They check the foundation, they check the roof and insulation, just to make sure that they can find anything that may need to be fixed up by the owners of the property. So you will encounter home inspections. So be sure to save up money to pay for your home inspections. Uh, you don't Typically, you don't want to wait till pay that at closing. You want to just have your money ready. Home inspections right now, they can range anywhere between $300 and $600. And I think it does depend on the area that you live at. California home inspections may be different than South Carolina home inspections. And also it may vary based on the square footage of the home. So you want to look out for your home inspections. And there's another home inspection that is separate from the general home inspection, and that's the HVAC inspection. So you want to be prepared for paying for the HVAC inspection as well. So you want to make sure, oh God, you really want to make sure that your HVAC is working. When I purchased my home back in 2016, and the HVAC went out after 1 year, and it was a cold winter. I didn't know what else to do. Now I know what to do. But at the time, after about 7 months, no, not even 7 months. After about a couple of months, I was like, didn't have the money to buy a new HVAC. So I got it on credit, but was able to pay it back within about 3 months. It cost around $7,000 at the time. HVACs are in installation are a whole lot more now, but I was able to get that done. And so they replaced it with a whole new HVAC system, which works remarkably good now. So yeah, I wish I would have known that there was only 1 year left on the life of the HVAC inspection. And just be prepared that if that goes out, then you have to get that replaced. And another inspection that typically people don't get But sometimes if the property is a really, really older home, you may want to get this, and this is sewage inspection. So, yeah, sometimes the lines, the sewage lines, running from the home to the outlet on the property or even to the street, sometimes those lines could be so corroded and old that they will back up on you, so if the home is really, really old and nothing was done. So yeah, general inspection, HVAC inspection, and a sewage inspection. Let me know if I'm missing anything. The other thing that people typically don't know about buying a home is maintenance. When I say maintenance, I mean overall maintenance within the interior, but most of all, yard maintenance. See, when we look at homes and we're buying them, we're like, oh, the yard comes and it looks so nice or whatnot. That's because the home is on display to be sold. But once you get that home and you got to maintain that yard, listen, it's something else. Cutting that grass and mowing the lawn, and don't even get into wintertime. If you got any trees and those leaves start falling, man, listen, it's a shoot. Man, I don't like doing yard maintenance. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but you're gonna have to get it done, and don't let you live where there's an HOA, because they will charge you a fee for not maintaining your yard. Yes, a HOA will charge you a fee for your own yard, and that's man. Listen, I ain't got time for that. But we own 3 homes, and none of them are within an HOA. But if you do live within an HOA, just know that it's required. And I say the best method on finding a really good landscaper is either in the morning when you're on your commute to work or during your lunchtime, ride around your neighborhood, and you will see the folks, cutting grass. Most landscapers that are located within your neighborhood, they would be honored to come and give you an estimate or quote on how much it would be to cut your grass or maintain, do your landscaping, because it's within their vicinity. So if they can get more homes within a certain area, it's actually beneficial to them. So yeah, ride around, look at, see if you could see some landscapers and ask them just to give you a quote. They can call you with the quote, so you don't have to be with them. They're going to walk around your yard. But if you do plan on, you want your yard a certain way, then yes, definitely meet them out there, or at least let them know ahead of time. Hey, this is what I want with my land done. I want these maintained. I want these bushes cut down and maintained, and different things of that nature when it comes to your yard and your land. And so yard maintenance, yeah, just be prepared to, if you're starting off and you really can't afford to pay for a landscaper in the beginning, then just head on to Lowe's or Home Depot and purchase yourself a lawnmower, some rakes, lawnmower rakes, and I'm trying to think about what else. Lawnmower rakes, some yard bags. I'd even say construction bags, just for the leaves during the wintertime, and a trimmer. Yeah. The basic ones is the lawnmower and the trimmer, grass trimmer. I don't know if that's the technical name. Some call it a weed eater, but that's what you want. You want those few things so that you can at least get started and at least maintain your home, have it looking nice. Especially if you got a small lot, you can do it on your own, and you probably have to cut your grass. If it's during the summertime or spring, you're probably gonna have to cut it. Maintaining it every 2 weeks. 2 weeks would be nice. It would be ideal, to be honest with you. But if you have a busy schedule, you probably can do it on the 1st and the 15th of each month. The grass grows back so fast during those summer months, and when it starts raining, that, 2 weeks is ideal, but 1st and 15th can work as well. And so also the last thing that people, I can go into more details, but I want people to know this, just these three things right now. The last thing is your house is not an asset at first. It's yeah, I know a lot of folks is like, I want to buy a home, it's an asset. It will become an asset, but it's not an asset at first. So when I break that down, I mean that, let's say you purchase a property that is worth 210,000, but you were able to purchase it for 200,000. So that means that you have 10%. I mean, not 10%. I'm sorry. That's not 10% at all. You have $10,000 worth of equity within the home. So basically, a house that's $210,000 and you purchase it for $200,000, that's only 5% equity. So what you want to do is you want to continue to maintain that home in good condition, but it only becomes an asset either after a certain amount of time or after a certain amount of renovations. So if you end up renovating the home and you add LVP, luxury vinyl plank flooring or hardwood flooring within the home, I'll say LVP because it's more durable when it comes to water and different things of that nature. It's just longer lasting now. And you add new lighting, you change the outlets to nice square white outlets. And, for certain backgrounds, if you got a black wall, then you may want to use like a black outlet just so that it blends black or whatever color to try to match the wall as close as possible. But when you start doing updates and upgrades to the property, then that adds value and equity within the home. So now, let's say you've stayed in the home for about 5 years. I know it's just a stretch, but if you purchased a home at a certain time, $200,000, and you rarely do any upgrades, but then 5 years has passed, your home will still grow in equity. So the home 5 years later, the home may be worth $250,000 or 265, something of that nature. So then now the home is really an asset because you can borrow about 80 to 85% of the home's value. So let me get out my calculator. And this may or may not be a good number. So if the home is now worth $265,000, then you've been paying on the home for the past 5 years. So let's just say, for instance, now you owe, this is a long shot, I'm just throwing numbers out there. So let's say after 5 years, you owe about $175,000 is owed because you pay majority interest in the beginning years anyway. So you owe $175,000 worth on the home. So let's say you want to borrow against your home so you could purchase more properties. So then if I do $265,000 minus, let's say you borrow on 85%, I'm going to do minus 15%. So that's $225,000 minus $175,000. So that means that you can borrow $50,000 on your home. You could either do that as a cash out refinance, home equity line of credit, and I can't remember the third thing. I'm sorry, y'all. But you can borrow, I know now. It's a second loan. Let's say you want to get a second loan on your home. So you have those 3 different options. I would highly recommend either doing the HELOC if you plan on purchasing another rental property, or purchasing another rental property, or if you know that when you refinance, you could get the payments lower and you could borrow some money on the home, then just do the cash out refinance. My wife and I, we've done cash out refinances on both of our former homes, and they're really great rental properties. I mean, really, really great. We use the money to add value within each of the homes. So each single family property that we purchased, we added a ADU, additional dwelling unit, to it. So each one of those homes, we rent out 2 separate parts. So with this $50,000, you can go ahead and you can use that either to purchase another home and just rent out your former property, or you can use that money to as a down payment on an investment property or investments. But you for when you get that money, if you're gonna invest that money in an asset, then if you're going to do a HELOC, then you want to make sure that you get your money and able to pay it back right away. But that's a whole nother video. We'll do that. But right now, I just I can go more and more into detail. But right now, I just wanted to talk about home inspections, what people don't know about buying a home inspections, yard maintenance, and equity growth. So y'all, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. I'm saying that because I'm pretty sure, I hope that you already clicked the subscribe button. So looking forward to posting more videos, and talk to you soon. Thanks. Peace, y'all.